everyone, today I'll be explaining 10 tips and tricks to win more Sky Battle games. The first tip is to have the high ground. Especially when there's an entire team in the high ground, it's really easy to win games because your team is, well, on the high ground and has an advantage over lower ground players. Lower ground players are going to have to make their way up to you, especially if you're in mid and you're at the top of the zone. Players are going to have to make their way all the way to you and they risk the chance of getting knocked off. So if you can, and if you are going to the late game, make sure to build maybe a sky base or something similar to that to gain the high ground. Next are creepers. Now this is the most annoying thing ever, if you've ever gotten cob creeper. But creepers are one of the most versatile items, even though they're really hard to use. For one, you can use cobweb creepers, which gets someone stuck, and a creeper stuck in the cobwebs and it blows up because they can't place blocks. And then another one is creeper punching, where a creeper ignites beside you and you punch it all the way to another person or another team. The third tip is cobwebs. Now cobwebs are already useful for cob creepering, but another use for cobwebs is just keeping people in place for TNT, damage potions, or even just critting them out. And you can even use them to slow down people who are chasing you. The fourth tip is MLGs. So MLGs are one of the most useful things in Sky Battle. Sky Battle often has a lot of maps that are based up on high areas, and because of this, MLGs are really important. Now one thing that people don't actually know is that if you get a bucket of lava and you're in a map with water, you can put the lava down and pick up some water to get a water bucket in Sky Battle. You can also use scaffolding and cobwebs to break your fall. The fifth tip is to stick with your team. Now, sticking with your team is probably the most important tip in the game, because a lot of people lose their games because their team splits off into multiple groups and just gets killed off. Which leads me into my next tip, and it's make a party. If you're not playing with a party and just solo queuing Sky Battle squads, it's going to be pretty hard to win, especially if you're not partying with good players. So making a party with people who play often is probably one of the best things you can do. The seventh tip is to third party. Third partying is one of the easiest ways to get kills in Sky Battle. Here's a clip of me third partying someone and getting away with it. And next is probably one of the best tips. Don't take fights you can't win. I see a lot of people die in Sky Battle because they take fights that they just simply cannot win. So many fights are lost because people keep on fighting people with higher gear, lower ping, or more skill in general. The ninth tip is to make sure you have good comms with your party. If you make a party, don't just play with them without being in a call or something, because that's going to be really hard to do. But if you're in a call with your party, it's going to be so easy to win games. Me and my friends got on a 50% win-loss ratio just because we were partying together with comms. Another tip is make sure you have good game sense with the items in the game. Some of the items that people don't really like because they're not good at game sense is TNT, creepers, cobwebs, and damage orbs. Now these are probably some of the most useful items in the Sky Battle, but they need a little bit of imagination in order to actually help you win games and get kills. Another tip is always make your way to mid if you see yourself going to late game. Don't just wait till the last second to bridge to mid, because you can get in a situation where some people are already at mid, they've built a sky base, their entire team's alive, and they've just been camping mid the entire game. And when you kill everyone, and when your full team is about to bridge, they just blow you off or damage you off. And this is one of the easiest ways to win games. If you just camp mid the entire game, or maybe just branch off from mid to get a couple kills and then make your way to mid before the border closes, it's going to be really easy to catch players off guard that are trying to bridge or make their way to mid. To share with your teammates. A lot of people keep their teammates in the dark about what items they have and what items they need. For example, a lot of teammates just carry a bunch of gear around because they don't need the gear. But what they don't know is that one of their other teammates needs that gear. So if you ever have any gear you need, make sure to request for it or tell people you have gear that they might be able to get. Alright guys, those were all the tips. Thank you for watching.